guys, this is Laurie Chapman from Elba, Alabama. I wanted to nominate my town because it's the town that I've come to call home and that I love and that I think has so much potential. And I think if you just came here to see it for yourself, you would think the same too. I'd like to take you around town, show a few of these places to you, and let you make up your mind for yourself. Thank you for your time.
My name is Justin Maddox. I'm with Restoration 154 and the Elba Theater Project. We bought the Elba Theater building several years ago, and since then we have gone through a design phase. We have a full set of construction drawings, and we're working from those as we go into our construction phase. We have done work on the facade, the alleyway, and some structural improvements on the inside of the building. And we are currently working with the contractor on HVAC, roofing, installation of fire suppression system, installation of restrooms, lighting, and plumbing and electrical associated with those things. We're soon going to have a usable facility, one that we can better serve the community and to make a difference in our town. We are still working on finding ways to do some other items and some of those things that we think HGTV could really make an impact. Building out a ticket counter, a concession stand, and a catering kitchen. And doing a historic replica of the original marquee. These are just a few of the items we're excited to implement, and we know that the moment that we turn that marquee on, the energy that it brings back to Court Street, to our downtown area, is something that is hard to quantify, but we know that it's going to make a huge impact on our town. We just look forward to the ability to have this kind of partnership with HGTV.
This is for the home of my mother, Jo Ruth English. The house was built in 1947. My great-grandfather, John Claude Fleming, who was a lawyer here in Elba, had this house built. My grandmother and her family moved in when she was around 10. So she and her sisters grew up there. My mother and her two sisters grew up there. And lastly, my sisters and I grew up there. A lot of weddings have been held there. My grandmother and her sisters married. My mother and their sisters married there, as well as my sisters and I. It has seen a lot of baby showers, bridal teas. People still ask if they can have events there. A lot of people tell my mother that this is their favorite house in Elba. This house has been used for many family gatherings, such as Thanksgivings and Christmases. My father was military, and throughout the years that he was military, we would spend our summers here every year. My sisters and I loved coming to this house and loved coming to Elba. It was even better than the thought of Disney World. I believe my mother deserves this because she works for the Coffee County Department of Human Resources. She helps families daily, and she deals with child abuse cases. And despite having such a difficult job, she still comes home with a smile on her face and stays optimistic and teaches us to do the right thing. She's selfless, sweet, and she's giving. This house is her solace despite all of the things that she has been through.
I'm Philip Box. I'm a volunteer with Restoration 154, and I am in charge of the Pea River Outdoor Projects. Of course, we love the river. As a matter of fact, everybody loves to pee, and so we are excited about the work that needs to go on there and is currently going on there. Of course, a lot of things have already happened. We have had river events and other things at the riverfront, and we want to restore things to place where we can do that again. In particular, the restrooms at the boat ramp need to be worked on. Those have been underwater before with flooding. Of course, a lot of things have been done to prevent that from happening again, but we want to make sure that we have a great place for people to go. Summerlin Park, also right there at the riverfront, is a great venue for us to have events and things to happen for our community, and we love that area, that space, because it's right there at the gateway to downtown. It's easily accessible, but we want it to be the kind of place place that will draw people to that green area, and just a place where families can go and enjoy the river and being close to the river itself. Of course, I am really passionate about P River Outdoors, our kayak and canoe rental shop, and so we are busy there with providing a place where people can come, they can rent kayaks, canoes, and paddle boards. They can then go and enjoy the river. Actually getting folks on the river we think is really important, and so they can also come in the shop and buy t-shirts or other things. Anything we can do to promote the area and get those folks here. Ecotourism is certainly important, and we have already seen that as we're doing this great work, we're bringing people to the area, they're buying gas here, food here, and making Elba the kind of place that we'd love to spend more time in.
I am Robbie, this is Debbie, and Elba. We're the Curran family, and we have lived in this house since 1987. We have survived 2 floods in this house. 1990, where we had 9 foot of water in the house, and 1998, where we only had 4 foot of water. But flood water is flood water, and you have to replace and repair everything.
Does it matter if it's feet or 9 feet or 4 feet?
So what year was your home built? Do you remember?
2004.
No.
How about 1904?
That's it. That's it.
We've gone to the courthouse looking to see the exact date, and it was 1904. This house was a boarding house back in the 20s. When we pulled the sheetrock from the flood, there were stenciled paintings on the wall, which is tongue and groove. There was cloth wallpaper up at the top of the ceilings. It was real interesting. There was a dumbwaiter area that we came across when the sheetrock was off. It was real interesting to see what this house was once upon a time, before all the sheetrock covered things up and covered the history of this house up.
Hi, my name is Mickey Murdoch. I'm the mayor of the city of Elba. The building you're looking at was the gym to the old high school, which was completely demolished during the flood of 1990. The building was just sitting there for many years, and finally we decided to make it a recycling center, and that's currently what it does. The wall you're looking at, we want to make a mural of it to make it look better, so that whenever you're looking at it from the playground, which is next to it, you can see the mural, and we think that will add very much to this playground. The playground that you're looking at was built several years ago by the whole community. We came together, raised $180,000, and had a building weekend. Over the weekend, this whole building was established. We got cooperation from Fort Rooker, which is a military base about 20 miles from Elba. And you can see the whole community became involved. We had children, we had bulldozers, we had people sleeping, and we had people working, but we enjoyed it, and we completed it within the weekend completely. So we can do things when we got a project, and we just want to tell you how proud we are that you're considering this project for us. There's a whole group of people working there, and again, the children being involved. This is a completed project. We've added to the building. This is where the old high school used to be, and it's now a splash pad that's been put on it recently in the last couple of years. And people playing in the splash pad, I can hear them from my window in the office, and I get to, when I'm feeling bad, I get to set up and look at them and get relaxed again. But We think this is a very worthwhile project and it will add a lot to our community.
My name is Gladys Yafferton. I am the project leader for the renovation of the Mulberry School. The Mulberry School is one of few equalization schools still standing. It once was the beacon of light in the Mulberry community. It is the desire of many citizens living in and around the community to see the school buildings renovated, and not only renovated, but providing programs and activities that will improve the lifestyle of those living in the community and within the city of Elba. The Mulberry School has a rich history, and it is my vision as project leader to bring to the Mulberry community jobs, educational programs, partnerships, and activities that promote, encourage, and help citizens to live the best life possible. In the center, we will have a family care for children aged 6 weeks to 2 years and 3 years to 5 years. Parents of the children that are able to work and are not working will be hired to work in the care facility and have the opportunity to attend classes that will teach child care skills and other skills that hopefully will lead to a career. We will have a seniors program that will partner with the Elba Senior Center and other senior centers in Coffee County to bring a variety of activities and programs that will keep our seniors alert. We will have a unique health and fitness program that will be available not only to our participants in the center's program, but will be open to other citizens within the community and the city of Elba.
My name is Jean Helms, and I'm a member of the Historic Preservation Committee of Elba. This building, built by the Emergency Aid Insurance Company in 1954 at 105 Court Street, is an example of Mediterranean-style architecture. It's intriguing to everyone who sees it with its flat roof and its interesting lines. It has withstood time because it was so well built. The walls of the building are approximately 1 foot thick. Originally, it was used as a funeral home, owned and operated by Emergency Aid Insurance. It has shown the wear and tear of time. Most recently, it was used as law offices, this being the law library. This, the counter used by the receptionist for the attorneys, the kitchen, and the bathroom. But time has not been kind the last few years. Emergency Aid Insurance was a proud company and built a building withstanding many trials and tribulations, including 2 floods. Now, we want to save this building. Right now, you're looking at the damage of time and weather. As you can see, it needs some help and some loving care. Upstairs has been converted into apartments. Unfortunately, the apartments are no longer occupied, and squatters have access to the inside of the building. What the Preservation and Historical Committee would like to see the building saved and used as a museum for our town.
My name is Nell Gilmer, and I'm the town historian. The building shown here was built in the early 1900s on the west side of the courthouse square. It first housed Bonogita Furniture Store for many years. The furniture store sold coffins and installed an electric elevator to carry the coffins from the second floor to the first floor. The hand-operated elevator is still in working order. Next, the building was home to a Rexall drugstore, owned and operated by Margaret and Stokes Hare. Stokes was a pharmacist and Margaret was a registered nurse. She served as the county nurse for many years. The drugstore closed in the 1970s, and the building was vacant until the 1990s, when a fitness center was opened in the building. The back of the building opens onto an alley, and the south side waters a newly established green space. The inside of the building has been gutted and is awaiting reconstruction.
My name is Lucia Grantham. I have lived in Elba most of my 66 years. This home is located on 406 Atkinson Avenue. It was built in 1949 by Mr. Fuller. He and his family resided there for many years. This home is lovely and features a large wraparound porch. You will also notice the craftsmanship in the dental moldings and the other Victorian details. This home is most unique and beautiful as it sits high on the corner. Many an afternoon has been enjoyed on this porch. This home caught the eye of original artist Jack Deloney, who captured southern scenes. He featured this home in a painting, and it has been in many of his shows. The home has had many owners over its 70 years. Most recently, the home was sold to Juan and Pilar Coronel. Juan and Pilar recently opened a restaurant here in Elba, and they plan to be here for many years enjoying this home.
My name is Pat Booth, and I have been employed by the City of Elba for 42 years. I'm currently serving as city manager. The building shown here is the location of the Elba Police Department. The two-story building was built in 1948 to be home to the Emergency Aid Insurance Company. After the insurance company closed, the building became the location of a hometown bank, the People's Bank. The People's Bank moved to its present location in the 1970s. The police department moved into the building in the 1980s and continues to operate there today. Recently, privately owned businesses around the square received a facelift through a CDBG grant. The police department was not included in this grant because it is owned by the city. As the city leaders began to update the police department, we found many more structural problems than we anticipated. The city hopes to repair the outside of the building, and then, if funds are available, make some necessary repairs to the inside as well. Our police personnel who work tirelessly deserve a safe and comfortable environment. If we are so lucky as to be featured on Hometown Takeover, we envision the reveal to include a celebration of all of our city's first responders. We hope that you will make this dream a reality.
This home is located just 1 block east of the Courthouse Square on Yelverton Avenue. It was constructed in 1948 by the Martin family, owners of Martin Mercantile. Justin Maddox is the current owner and has owned this home for 11 years. We would love to see it featured on Hometown Takeover, as Justin is a wonderful example of a committed citizen. He is a volunteer extraordinaire, as he serves as president of the Rotary Club, chairman of the Elba Chamber of Commerce, youth director of the Elba Church of Christ, and board chairman for the Elba Housing Authority. However, his work with Restoration 154 has had the most significant impact on our community. As one of the founders of this nonprofit, Justin has been heavily involved with each of the projects the organization has undertaken. From the Giving Garden, which provides fresh produce to our local food bank, to a mural project that was actually designed and installed by one of our interns, to Pea River Outdoors and the Elba Theater, both of which are featured previously in this video. Each summer, Justin graciously opens his home to our Living Democracy interns who come to Elba from Auburn University. Some ideas we have to improve on his home include a renovated laundry room, an office space, an expanded suite for the interns, fresh landscaping, and a new driveway would also help with the curb appeal. We hope that Hometown Takeover will consider Justin's home for a renovation, as we cannot think of a more worthy recipient.
I'm Sandy Bynum, President of the Chamber of Commerce, Main Street Elba and Visit Elba. No trip to our town would be complete without a visit to the historical old Coffee County Jail. It was built nearly a century ago. The old Coffee County Jail in Elba has seen its fair share of tragedy. On March 1st, 1979, Coffee County Sheriff C.F. Neil Grantham was murdered in front of the jail. Visitors today may wander the old jail's grounds, walk through its cold hallways, see its mysterious writings on the walls. And during the last week in October, it becomes the old haunted jail as part of Pumpkins on the Square, an annual event. The jail's located next door to the Elba Chamber of Commerce. Without doors and windows, the weather continues to seep in. We are beginning to lose this part of our history. We really want to maintain it for our future generations, because making our community more livable and lovable is one of our goals.
I hope that you'll see our vision, and I hope that you know that there's a lot more to choose from if you don't particularly like some of these ideas. And I hope that you'll just give us a chance and come for yourself to see this great city of Elba, Alabama. Thank you for your time and your consideration.